and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZ. And let's jump into today's episode.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
Well, welcome back. Back for another round.
I love fashion. Do y'all love fashion?
I think that's why they're here.
I love art.
I think that's why they're here. They love it.
Did you see those new sneakers from our Big Red Boots people?
The backwards one?
Yes. I'm starting to love them.
Backwards,
so they
forwards.
just gonna be dropping shoes. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
weird.
art. It's fashion.
It is. I saw them. I mean,
You're not a fan of those ones, are you?
I definitely wouldn't buy those. I like the red boots more, surprisingly, than the backwards shoes. But they have another shoe. Did you see it? That's like a foot brace. It just looks like a cast on your foot.
Wow.
But it's like sneakers. But
wow.
It's like you have on.
That's art.
You have on 2 foot casts.
That's art.
Is it art or is it hospital gear?
That's art.
Or is your ankle broke?
It's fashion.
Very, very interesting for sure.
Do you guys watch Next in Fashion on Netflix?
I haven't seen it. I'm going to watch it though. I am going to watch it for sure.
It's just a regular contest, fashion contest. You know, all the show contests, the cakes contest, the cooking contest.
Move a little closer.
You know.
Yeah.
But we need it for the fashion people.
Yeah, I think so. I'm gonna watch it. I am gonna watch it. I have to look into Netflix, period. But
if you listening, send Monica
your email and
password.
Bro, I got cut off before finishing Perfect Match. I still haven't finished it.
Do you like it?
I gotta see the last 2 episodes.
You like it?
And then I also want to see Love is Blind. It was okay.
Yeah, it made me think.
Did you watch Love is Blind?
No, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch all of those shows.
I don't have time.
Yeah, don't have time.
I really be getting work done.
Did you watch Swarm?
Let me tell you.
You watched it? Don't tell me.
I saw like 4 episodes.
I saw like
I don't know
3.
how many episodes it is. It might be like 7 or 8.
Okay, I saw like 3. Are they talking about the beehive?
That's what people say.
We can cut that out, but
why can't we cut it out?
Oh,
I mean, it's called Swarm. That is a direct correlation that a lot of people will.
So
don't bees swarm?
Is her fans really like that?
I wouldn't know because I'm not a part of the beehive. I like her music, but I don't know if her fans are serial killers. Is that what you're asking? How would I know if her fans are serial? I doubt that. I doubt it.
I gotta get finished watching, but I don't know what they're trying to say, but I'm scared.
I definitely don't think that the beehive are serial killers. I think the show is odd. And I think
it's very odd.
And I think in general, it's just like, what are we doing here? How many shows about serial killers do we need in different levels?
That?
It's a thing.
It's a Netflix thing.
That's not Netflix. That's Prime.
Oh.
That's on Amazon Prime.
My boyfriend put it on. So I don't know what. But all the documentaries that drop on Netflix be about killers.
I think they want us to kill each other, and they're trying to make us more comfortable with killing each other. I really think that's what it is. It's almost like when people said like COVID was to try to get rid of weak people, like weak immune system, weak mindset. If you wasn't strong or smart enough to research what you needed to buy or whatever in order to fight off COVID, then whatever, let the weak die. And same thing with the music industry. They're like, oh, black people, we're going to put a whole bunch of music about shooting people and killing people and like having sex with random people and F your baby mom and we're gonna put that type of energy into the black community so they can feel this way about each other.
I was listening to this. I still can't find it, but you know how you on YouTube you just listen to random stuff. I went to my history. I can't find it, but basically he was saying that music, we should not listen to music. He was saying like the artist is like our God. Whoever is listening to it. So if I'm a rapper and you listening to my music, I'm your God. And whatever I'm putting out in my music, I'm telling you to do. So if I put more positive stuff,
you'll be positive.
You'll be smarter. Like I can help you out.
And if you're negative,
but if I'm talking about shooting and killing
and perks, just popped a perk 30.
You more like
popped a perk 30.
You more likely to
do my perky dance. I'm gonna do my perky dance.
So the generation that's growing up, we have to watch them.
Yeah,
we have to.
Yeah, because they're. That's why I'm like, y'all watching what was that Asian Netflix killing show?
Oh, yeah.
Suicide Games. What was it called? Squid Games.
Wow. Everything is really about dying.
Everything is about... Murder is just a game. It's not a game. It's real. It's permanent.
Let me say. When they actually... Like... When you listening to it and you watching it, it seemed cool. But in real life... When it happens, like when you lose somebody because they was murdered, or when you see somebody that is a murderer and they go to jail, like dealing with the grief of losing somebody and dealing with the grief of somebody going to jail because they kill somebody.
It's not fun.
It is not a good feeling at all. It's not normal.
It's not.
It hurts. So
it's not normal.
We have to stop doing it. Like we have to.
Y'all got that girl killing people and then eating ham sandwiches on Swarm or pumpkin pie.
Don't tell them.
I'm sorry, but the child be eating pumpkin pie or like jam and jelly sandwiches after she kills somebody. Like it's just so good to have killed them that I need a peanut butter and jelly. The hell?
Maybe we just gotta get to the end to see what the message. I want to know what the message is.
I don't need to know what the message is.
Did you watch?
They crazy.
Did you watch what I told you to watch?
Next Infinity?
No. Behind her eyes.
I don't know who eyes you talking about.
Behind her eyes. Who? Watch that. Please watch.
Whose eyes?
You gonna find out.
On what show? What
Netflix? I told you to watch it.
I need somebody password. I don't know if I can. If I feel like spending the $8. How much is this a month?
Perfect Match. That had me thinking too.
About. Don't tell me the end.
Oh, I'm not gonna tell you the end.
What did it have you thinking about though?
It had me thinking about reality. That is a very good show to really show you reality because that is the real dating world.
Really? It was just like next. That's the dating world?
It's testing your loyalty to your person if y'all really the perfect match and it keeps sending.
Hotter and hotter people. I tell you what.
You like the guy with the hair, don't you?
Which hair? I don't know.
I want to go on that show. You want to go on that show?
I would go on that show.
I would go on that show. I would be a player.
And I would, yeah.
I'm not settling.
Yeah.
I'm not settling.
I'm trying to think what guy with the long hair, the white guy with the bun, with the blonde long hair, looked like he came out the ocean. Not really.
I thought he was cute.
I mean, he was cute. I didn't like his voice.
Do you like Francesca?
She's interesting.
My boyfriend hate her.
Really?
I love her.
She's interesting. None of the girls really stood out to me as good characters.
Yeah.
They were all like boring to me. The French girl kept getting on my nerves. Like, girl, go home.
Your perfect match is not here.
Not here.
It's not here. She was just trying to stay in the game.
Yeah. Get out. It's all right. I like the girl who was with Nick in the beginning and they were just friends.
Yeah, I like her. I was mad she went home.
Yeah. But other than that.
And she wasn't wrong for going after Dom.
No, she definitely wasn't. Especially because the next week she gave up Dom for the other guy that came in the show.
Dom
but I
was
do
crying.
want to. He was. Boy, stop crying, like, bro. What's
all right? Fashion. Did you like the fashion on Perfect Match?
The swimsuits, child. Anyway, the next in fashion TV show though that is on Netflix, I am gonna watch it because somebody from Philly is on that show. I see him all the time. His Instagram name is One Hand Sewing Man. And he's also part of Mannequin Mob. I think it's like a group of like him and maybe 2 other girls, and they sew together. But he has a really interesting story. I believe he has. They said the name of it, but basically, like his one hand is smaller than his other hand, so he uses his one hand to predominantly sew with. But I always love what he wears when I see him.
That's amazing.
When I see him on 4th Street or walking around in his designs, he always looks well put together. I love his story. So I'm definitely going to watch season 2 of Next in Fashion. That's the one that he's on.
Yeah.
I have not watched it yet, so I don't know. But he usually wears dreads, like blonde or blue colored dreads. Yeah, and I think that's his hairstyle on the show too. But I'm definitely going to check out season 2. And I never watched season 1. How was season 1?
Season 1 was cool. They touched based on like a lot of things that we talk about, and it was crazy because they had they would get something like, okay, so produce a look for sportswear, and they will only have a certain amount of time to produce it, which was like cool because so then the judges, they looked at the idea too, but they also looked at how you put it together. So you got this little bit of time.
Right.
But you still get penalized if you're stitching wrong, your zipper's wrong. And some people, their stuff was like well put together, and then some people's wasn't. I like that part.
Interesting. Okay.
And then some people came in and they specialized. I feel like everybody was great. Everybody was a really good designer in their area. So you got somebody that specialized in leathers. You got somebody that specialized in lingerie. And so they had like a lingerie challenge too.
Okay.
So one fashion designer one week probably dominated. Then the next challenge, they was terrible because that's not their lane.
Right.
I thought that was really interesting.
Okay.
So it's like, if you really a fashion, if you really a designer, the strongest survive in that one.
Now this was season 1 that you watched, and you said they came in groups of like what, 2 or 3? 2. Oh, 2 specifically.
Yeah.
Okay.
At first you're teams, and then once you get to like 4 teams, 4 teams, I think, then everybody goes as an individual stylist.
Okay.
Some people worked well together, and then when they split up, they needed each other.
Right.
And then some people didn't work well at all. So
okay,
it's good.
We should audition.
We should.
Wouldn't that be so interesting? That would be interesting. Yeah. We would be characters on a show like that, man. How do you think you would get along? Like, just from you watching season 1, how do you think you would get along with the cast of season 1?
I forget her name, but she got an attitude with the judges because you gonna see, but she got an attitude with the judges. And I feel like she shouldn't have got an attitude with the judges, but I don't know. I didn't like I felt some type of way about it. Okay, but I think I would get her along with everybody. Everybody's. I feel like
there was no fighting or arguing on the show.
No, only thing that they fought over was fabric. Because
so was it similar to Project Runway where they go into a fabric store or no?
No, the fabric was there.
Okay.
So once somebody picks out a fabric, you clearly can't have the fabric too.
Okay.
So they did fight over the fabric.
Okay. Interesting.
But nobody was arguing.
Okay.
I like that nobody was arguing. Yeah. Maybe on season 2 they started arguing.
Maybe, but we'll watch it, and then we should do like a dedicated episode to like
2, yeah, our favorite characters. Yeah, I love the host. I love what they wear.
Gigi Hadid and The guy with gray hair?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget their names. I gotta get better.
But the model is Gigi Hadid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they did tips, like fashion tips in between, like for commercials. I thought that was cool.
Okay.
I love what they already always wore.
Did you, or are you done with this topic? Okay. Did you see the Telfar new like launch plan for his purses?
No.
So Telfar has come up with like a new style of pricing. You didn't hear about this?
No.
So basically he's going to start out with his pricing so customers can buy at like almost like a wholesale price.
Mm-hmm.
And every time somebody buys it for, let's say, $29, the next person who buys it is $32. The next person who buys it is $35. The next person who buys it is $39. All the way up until it gets to retail price and then higher than retail price. So say if it was $25, but the retail price would have been $99, but the last time that it sells is at $300, then he'll put it on his website for $300 for the rest of the time. So basically it's like a slow drop into like, okay, whoever's first gets the lowest price. Next person, next, a little higher. Online.
Okay.
And then once it gets to the final price, that's what he's going to continue to sell it for. And
what's the point?
Thought that was interesting. I guess.
I don't get what the point is.
I don't know what the point is. The point is so that people can get it for a lower price, but only those few people that get it for, not even few, but like, even let's say if that's 70 people, then it'll still land on the higher price. And then that's what it'll sell for until the rest of the time. That's the marketing plan he was going with right now. How do you feel about that?
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
No. Okay, well, we can see how it goes, but...
Yeah. Yeah, we can see how it goes. I think he wanted to see what he could sell his purses for.
Yeah.
But I think it has like a stopping point, though. Like, it's not going to go all the way up to 1,000. I think it's going to stop at like 450 if it started at a certain point.
He shouldn't stop.
Right. That's what I would do.
He should let it.
That's what I would do. I would let it go up to 1,000, 2,000. Like, if people going to keep buying it. But I think, like, when people stop buying it, that's when he's going to sell it for that price.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
But I think there's always going to be somebody that's willing to buy it.
That makes sense.
Maybe.
Because that makes sense. If he's doing it that way, that makes sense.
Okay.
Because that's what it's worth. Wherever stop it, that's what it's worth. That's the true worth of that design, that bag, that color.
Right.
Makes sense. And it'll stop the resellers.
You think?
Yes.
But what if it stops at 1,000? The reseller can still sell it for 100.
Dang.
Right? I wish I could. Can I play this clip?
Did you see that post? It was like basically like Macy's is going out of store, Forever 21 closing. It was just saying like all the buildings are closing and the online brands are taking over.
Yeah, I saw that. I still don't believe it. Outside is still outside. And I think people don't want to just be inside. They're wearing the clothes outside. Mm-hmm. So I think people still want stuff to go outside in. Mm-hmm. So why would all the retailer stores only be in the ether? You know? Right. You know, that doesn't make sense.
I went shopping this weekend. Mm-hmm. And we are missing out. That's what I can say. We're missing out on because we keep online shopping, but it's so much better. Not better, but it's better. It's so much better fashion in stores.
It's so much better fashion in stores.
We forgot.
People come in my store and they'll be like, "Oh, thank God thank God I can come in somewhere and actually find a diamond dress that I can try on and get adjusted to my size a little bit, you know, get my waist taken in, or like, so thank God that I can actually like try on these jeans in store, these tops or whatever, like, because sometimes I do have stuff that you see online, but you just can't really tell how it's going to look on you. So they're like, thank God it's in store. That's why I don't believe the hype of brick and mortar is going to go out of business. I don't think
shopping is annoying though.
Online shopping is annoying.
Every time I order something online. First
of all, side note, everybody right now, go to Shopmo on Instagram, SHOPMAUX, Shopmo. It's it's an in-store delivery app for clothing retail stores. So basically, it's like the DoorDash for retail. You find your local retail stores and you can get the items, you can shop the collection and get the items delivered to your door. But it's helping local retail stores survive, getting you a new customer. You get the same experience as shopping online, but these are stores that exist in your neighborhood and you can get them delivered to your door, or you can go pick up because now you see what the store has in stock and you can actually go shop there. Join the wait list. It's a really good concept. But I just don't believe the hype that e-commerce is going to be the only thing, you know? But I didn't want to...
I'm scared. I'm 50-50.
You're 50-50? I want you to hear this clip.
Pricing, and let's just say, the girlies is about to tussle over it, okay? What is the tea? The girls are fighting! I've generated over $4 million in sales as a business coach, and I want to break down this pricing strategy because I think it's genius. Basically, each item that he's going to be introducing is going to start at wholesale pricing, making it super affordable for somebody who is live on time to get the bag at a reasonable price point.
Oh, what they say, the early bird catches the worm.
As the items begin to sell, the price of the product will begin to increase until it reaches MSRP. That's the amount the garment should have sold for in the store off rip. Now, the dope part about all of this is if the item sells out, it will remain at that discounted figure permanently. This is why I think this is so genius, because he is allowing the market to dictate and set the prices. He noted that same sentiment in a recent interview. Many brands use price as a barrier to entry, and I never wanted that for my brand. Now, before you go stealing the strategy, we need to understand the context of what got him in this position where he could do something like this to totally disrupt the fashion industry. Baby, the girls love the bags. Ooh, Telfar bag. And he has extremely high demand for the products that he sells. You have a product that people love. You have proven track record. It puts you in a position where you can do stuff like this. What do you think about this whole live pricing strategy? Do you think it's going to work out? Telfar is introducing live pricing.
So, did you see? So, it does say it's stopping at a certain point, though.
I don't know. I gotta see.
At MSRP, that's what it's stopping at.
I gotta see.
I think it'll be good to watch.
Yeah, I'm a fan of his business. Businessman strategies.
Wait, speaking of purses, I did want to get into just a little bit of the Kate Spade story. Do you like Kate Spade?
Yes.
You look scared.
I like Kate Spade.
I like Kate Spade. I love her purses. I love her brand. But I was thinking about her story. I saw what did I see? Oh, I went to her store in New York and I saw this gorgeous purse. I'm so angry at myself for not buying it. But I saw this gorgeous purse and I was looking into like the details, and I love her purses. You know, she was known for like the taxi cab purse and the heart-shaped purse, and in the 90s her purses really blew up. And I was looking into her story a little bit, and I just found like a couple things interesting about her life and the end of her life.
Oh wow.
So Kate Spade started out, she was in college for journalism. Did you know
that?
No. So she went to college. I can see it. She went to college for journalism, but she was working at a fashion retailer store while she was in college. And I feel like it was called like Madame Muselle or something like that. It was 2 M's. And she noticed that the women who would shop there would only focus on their outfit but not accessorize their outfit. And she felt like there was a need in the market to have really nice purses. So she decided to focus on purses. When she went to college, she got a boyfriend whose name was Andy Spade. And her original name is Catherine, like Rothenstein or something, Rutherford something. But the guy that she ended up marrying, his name was Andy Spade. And that's where she came up with the name Kate Spade. So she decided to come out with a purse line in 1993 and started to get really good traction. He actually helped pay for her brand. He would pay associates out of pocket, out of his own money, out of his own bank accounts to help get her brand off the ground. And he was really dedicated to her and her success, and they ended up getting married. She went with the name Kate Spade for her brand. I believe before they even got married, she named the brand Kate Spade, which I thought was really interesting. But he ended up really just like, not just footing the bill, but like pushing her forward in a really huge way. So I think that she kind of like depended on him a lot for the success of her brand, but also like he was her partner in more ways than one. So long story short, or long story long, the brand goes from making $100K in its first year to $27 million 5 years later. Just extreme exposure as far as like how much the brand was worth and the traction it was getting. It was amazing to see. Then she ended up somewhere down the line changing the name. Well, she sold her name. She sold the Kate Spade brand to Neiman Marcus after some financial trouble or whatever was going on. But she sold the brand and came out with another purse and footwear brand called Frances Valentine, which was not as successful as Kate Spade. And I believe that was like around 2016, 2015. Her and Andy had a daughter in 2005. And that was around the time that she sold the Kate Spade brand to Neiman Marcus. She went into, I guess, a depression after selling her brand. Her husband, after her suicide, because she ended up committing suicide, after her suicide, he said that she suffered with depression for many, many years. And this wasn't like a new thing. He said it had been longer than 5 years and she had been suffering from depression. But it also came out that they were on the edge or the brink of getting a divorce for a couple years before she committed suicide.
That's it.
Very sad. But going forward, so her housekeeper found her. It was apparent that it was a suicide. There's no inclination that anybody else did this to her. But the note said, and I'm not reading it verbatim because I don't have it in front of me, but the note basically said, B, which she's calling her daughter, I love you very much. This has nothing to do with you. This is not your fault. Ask daddy.
Wow.
That was the note. What? 2-3 sentences.
That was it?
Yeah. And everybody, that created like a speculation of like, did something happen? Did he do it? Did he say something to her? It made people think that he was the reason why she committed suicide. What do you think about that note?
That is terrible.
Do you think that it basically points the finger at him?
Maybe not. Because it could be like you said that he said she was dealing with depression for a long time. Maybe he can talk more about the depression. Like maybe that was her outlet. Maybe she told him everything and he knows everything.
Right.
And he'll understand.
Right.
That's how I read it. But at the same time, it's like, huh?
Right. So the way I read it was like, you know, daughter, this is not your fault. This has nothing to do with you. Ask dad. To me meant, you know, ask him about me. You know, basically like your dad knows everything about my depression. He knows that I was suffering from depression and anxiety for a really long time. So he can further explain to you that this had nothing to do with you. This had everything to do with my mental state. But people read it as he must have did something to her to make her want to commit suicide.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like that doesn't seem like what she was saying at all.
Mm-hmm.
To me.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like what she was saying was he can tell you that, you know, I was suffering from a whole bunch of different things and it had nothing to do with you, our daughter. So I just felt like that was really interesting.
Did the daughter speak out?
No, the daughter might have been like 12 or 13 when she committed suicide. She committed suicide in 2018 and when she committed suicide. And I think that they were also mad that they made that note public. Like, clearly police officers or people at the crime scene shared the note to resources like news sources because why do we know exactly what the note said, you know? But now also the daughter for the rest of her life
that's it,
knows that everybody in the world knows what that note said. And she probably feels like, I don't know, Dad, what did you do? Or because that was other people's analysis of that note versus the analysis being he knows I suffered from depression. It had nothing to do with you. But I just found that interesting looking into her story as far as like her selling her brand, her Kate Spade brand, then trying to come out with a new brand that was much less successful, and then dealing with depression, possibly having to go through a divorce, and then ending her life. And it could have been because of money troubles, because when she came out with the second brand after selling Kate Spade, it was not the same. But Kate Spade itself was still doing well, but she wasn't making money off of it. And she changed her name to Kate Valentine.
Oh, wow.
From the Frances Valentine brand. And her daughter's name was Frances Spade.
Okay.
Yeah. So I just thought that was like really interesting. And going into the Kate Spade stories now, I actually love her brand. I love her purses. I mean, I've always loved them from seeing them on TV or Sex and the City and being styled on different like TV shows. I've always loved her brand. She's very popular. In the 90s, she was up there with Gucci and Louis Vuitton and all those big brands. So now the brand is doing really well.
I was about to say it's still. I seen it when I was at the outlets shopping.
I love the brand. And now they do a lot of work with mental health organizations.
That's good.
Taraji P. Henson, actually, I just saw her on The View last week, and she was talking about how her mental health organization has partnered with Kate Spade to help college students deal with depression and anxiety. So the Kate Spade brand still lives on. And just wanted to share a tidbit of her story and her legacy.
That's good.
Yeah.
The organization.
The
girl from Swarm. Mental illness.
The person who plays her?
Yes, the character. No, the character.
Oh, the character.
That's mental illness.
I think all these the people who watch TV a lot probably all suffer from mental illness.
Yeah, I was thinking it.
Because I can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want to finish the show.
The Jeffrey Dahmer thing, I did not finish it.
I didn't start it.
I don't know why I started it.
I didn't watch Squid Games. I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't finish Squid Games neither.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
It's not going to work for me. I don't want to see that stuff.
The people that write this stuff.
Yeah.
Saw?
Never saw it.
Yeah. Don't. Whoever made that, they have problems.
Yeah.
Who thought of that, they got problems.
No, I'm not trying to put that energy into my life or the people around me. But, little things that we can do to help people with anxiety and depression and suicidal thoughts.
I'm definitely, I like our podcast. Our podcast is really positive. When our brand gets up there, when our platform gets up there, I'm definitely using the platform to be more positive.
Yeah. And we can help people with anxiety.
Help me.
It could be like the Deasia Foundation.
Help me. No, I would love to help people with anxiety. It's terrible.
Well, you gotta help yourself first. But you, like you said, you are getting better.
I feel like my job helped because
the other job, the bartender job?
Yeah. Okay. It's 1 million people that come in there. So I'm forced to talk to people.
Yeah.
And a couple months after working there, I realized that. I said, I'm like, oh wow, I'm speaking more. That's because I have to speak to people. Yeah. So I think
everybody should get a sales job.
Yeah, a hospitality job.
Everybody,
for sure.
When I was my first job in high school, I was working at this store called Eternity Fashion in the gallery, and I remember the boss, this little short Arabian lady, would always be like, talk to the customers. You gotta tell the girls you love their outfit. They look great in them jeans. You gotta compliment them. You gotta get your numbers up. You need to be making $300 a day or selling $300 a day every time you come into work. Okay, like you gotta follow the customer to the fitting room. You gotta say, do you need any more sizes? You gotta like she would just be like, you gotta be on it. If the jeans don't fit, get them another pair of jeans. Like the store had a lot of jeans. They were like known for their jeans. So like if the jeans don't fit, get them a bigger size. If they do fit, get them a different color. Get them 3 more colors. Then get them a shirt that you think matches the jeans. It's gonna go perfectly with the jeans, and that's how you get to sell. That's how. But it just forced me to be like, oh my god, I gotta talk to these people. And then when I got my next job at Macy's, I was prepared. Like I just got into the flow of it.
Whatever I do next in life,
I'm
gonna be prepared because
yeah.
Okay, guys.
All right, guys. We love you. Make sure you count your blessings
before you count your money.
Bye.
Bye.